Emily was having night terror. She couldn't sleep by herself or sleep in her own room. It was horrible for everybody. No one was sleeping. She was screaming all night.
I don't know what it was, but I just could not handle that, to be alone in my own room. At night, I would be up all night crying, hysterically, like I just couldn't handle it. I was having panic attacks.
And so we found Mercy and Miss Dana to help her through it, and it was wonderful. It helped us all.
And so it was really nice to be able to kind of get to know Emily and her parents at that time, and to be able to offer some supports and strategies that helped her both in the classroom and at home. And then, like I normally do when I discharge patients, just letting them know how much I enjoyed working with them, and also that if they ever needed anything again, to like please reach out.
I think she was having some body issues and some self-esteem issues. She was cutting herself, and we didn't know, and she hid it very well. But we didn't know until we went to take family photos, and she had a short sleeve shirt on. And we took the pictures, and we were very upset because I couldn't believe she did that. Sorry. And so right away, I called Mercy again and called Miss Dana, and she immediately saw her, and we had to put her in hospital to help her get through that, and all of us get through the shock of her actually wanting to hurt herself. I mean, I never thought she would do that, ever.
So when Emily came back to see me when she was in high school, there were several things that were kind of driving, I think, a lot of the major depression. And so the first thing I noticed was really like a lack of self-esteem and a lack of self-confidence. I think at that age, your body's going through a lot of changes.
I don't know if you remember Insanity workouts, like those DVDs, and it was like really intense. I wanted to be on the level of the coach, and if I wasn't on his level, I would take it out on myself. And then there was websites on how to purge, like how to make yourself get sick. And it was such an obsession, like that took over my whole mind, and you can't work out if you're not eating. So when I wasn't on his level, I would take it out on myself, and that's what made me cut myself. My mental health, it went from trying to look perfect to being like, why am I even doing this if it's not worth it? I'm like, why am I alive? And it completely switched one day, and I was like, I should just be dead. I'm like, this isn't worth it. I'm not to where I want to be. And from that, like, small thoughts, and it just crept up one day. And again, like, nobody really talks about, your mental health. It's always like, oh, you're a teenager, or like you'll get over it. So I just kept it in for so long that my mind just made me hate myself with like a passion, and it just grew and grew and grew till I finally just had to go to the hospital because of it.
That specific appointment, I remember Emily just being really sad and not as like communicative as normal. And so that really set off, an alarm in me. And like, I really just relied on the trust and safety we had in our relationship to let her know that like, it's not uncommon for these behaviors that we've been talking about to escalate into possibly thinking about wanting to hurt yourself or even kill yourself. And so I think that sort of allowed her to start to talk a little bit more. And then as I asked more questions, then it was clear that it had moved not just to thinking about it, but actually like having a plan.
We were just talking about feelings that day and how like to express it better with my parents and my sister, and be more open. And I just looked at her, and I just felt like, I'm like, the counselor doesn't care. I'm like, but she cares. I'm like, I know she cares. I just kept telling myself, I'm like, I know she cares. I can see it on her face. And I looked at her, I'm like, and I said, I'm like, if I had a gun, I would kill myself. I'm like, I know exactly how I'd do it. And she didn't just go like, oh my gosh, I was freaking out. I was like, why would you think that? She was like, okay. And this like asked me all the steps. And then after that, she still as calm as can be was like, I'm gonna have, if you want, It's like, would you want your mom to come in here? I just want her to know, because now this is serious. And was very like, she didn't just take me out of the equation and made it about my mom and her. She kept me a part of everything and explained to me how it was going to go, even like at the hospital.
And I feel like that was really a turning point, and like reminding her of the goals that she had for the future and the things that she really wanted to work on and the people and the things that were important to her. And then using that as sort of a guide to help her continue to do some of the work that we had been doing before, and really just getting to some of the heart of the trauma and some of the heart of the stressful issues that she had been dealing with, to be able to move forward and to live a life that was like more full of like joy and love and meaning, and all of that stemming from her and how she felt about herself, and then letting that radiate out into the relationships that she had with other people.
I think all the sessions here really helped her save her life, really. I mean, I don't know where she'd be without it.
Or even when I was in the hospital, I was asking my mom about her, just so I was like, how is she? Because I really, to this day, I still thank her. I feel like she did save my life, just because if I didn't tell her, I feel like I wouldn't be here now.
And as soon as like we saw each other, it was like no time had passed. And so it was so nice to catch up and just sort of see her. And then when I asked her kind of like what class she was taking, that was when she told me that she was in a graduate program to become a licensed professional counselor. And I just thought, oh my gosh, that's so amazing that she's doing so well and she chose that. But then Emily went on to say that before she started the interview, she just wanted to tell me that like I was the reason, and our work together was the reason why she wanted to be a licensed professional counselor, and that she wanted to be able to like help other people the way that I had helped her.
And so now I just always want to make sure like I have like her mindset and how she like goes about talking to people, being like, okay, well, continue to tell me. It's like, I always just want to be there for that person like she was for me.
I see more confidence in Emily. Emily knows what she wants to do. She wants to help people. And I just see success for her. And definitely a big part of it was coming to Mercy and Miss Dana. Miss Dana was wonderful. We love her. We consider her family because she was there for us every step of the way,